Hello everyone, Tallara here, and welcome back to another episode of Dragon Age 2. The boys are back in town, and by town I mean Lowtown, as we are here to do the final quest of Act 1. If you guys watched the previous episode, then you'll know that Bartrand will not let us leave this town until we do every single quest in our journal. So the final quest is actually a rumor. Varric's contacts say that a Chantry sister has been flashing coin around Lowtown, fishing for help with some unnamed problem. Details are light, but it may have something to do with the Kunari. He recommends checking for her in Lowtown. And so, here we are. We've got a full boy party, and we're ready to go find the sister. Oh, there she is, standing in the middle of the road. Oh, and there are some highwaymen. I'm not sure if they were looking to attack her, or it's just coincidence. Either way, Sister Patrice doesn't look too, disturbed that we're fighting right in front of her. Hey, Sister Patrice, you're not gonna help, or, like, even just move out of the way or anything? You're just gonna stand there? I mean, talk about keeping your composure, I guess.
Here, miss. Word is you're looking for help. And paying well.
I need someone native to the dark places beneath Lowtown. If you claim as much, yes, I will pay.
I am. Let's just step into this alley and me and my fellows can have a look at the
That looks sketchy. Why can't you just talk there?
Chosen poorly.
In the open. Daft lady indeed.
Can you save someone so intent on being foolish?
Seriously, she was just standing there while we fought all around her, and then some random guy was like, "Hello, ma'am, why don't you step into this dark alley?" And she was like, "Sure, sounds great." So, I guess that means we also now need to go into the alley and make sure she doesn't get murdered. Speak of the devil. The murderers. Now, ma'am.
Well, thank you for your timely intervention. I am out of my element.
You don't say.
A foolish risk in Lowtown.
I had to come here to get the type of person I need. Someone of bloody skill, but also integrity. Perhaps the kind who might leap to someone's defense. I have a charge who needs passage from the city. If you are willing and capable, meet me at my safe house nearby.
Have we met?
I just saved you in an alley and suddenly we're in business.
You're in Lowtown. What grand scheme could I be interrupting? Varnell?
Not so helpless, I see.
I hope you will come. This matter only grows more urgent with time.
Okay, well at least she had the common sense to bring a bodyguard, although he didn't appear to be of much help. Okay, let's go meet her and learn more about this business proposition, I suppose. Looks like this is where Patrice's safe house is. Looks very warm and welcoming on the outside, like many buildings in Lowtown. Hi.
I'm expected.
I thank you for coming. This matter is delicate, and I need someone of limited notoriety who will not link this to me. It is an escort, but I think you will agree the nature of the party makes this unique.
Is this illegal?
If this is criminal, I already have enough trouble.
I should think you're about to have more. I am Sister Patrice. This is my burden of charity.
Oh.
A Cerebus? Here?
Would even a Templar bind a mage like this? A survivor of infighting with their Talvashoth outcasts. I call him Katojan, a bridge between worlds. The Viscount and others feel that peace begins with appeasement. This mage would likely be returned to his brutal kin. He can serve a better purpose. I want him free. He must be guided from the city without alerting his people, or being seen in my care.
I could appeal to the Arashok.
I've had dealings with the Kunari leader. He'd want to know of this.
You have dealt with their leader. If you have interacted with Kunari, you know how they treat those who leave their heathen order. The Arashok would doom this poor creature. But knowing them is useful. If they challenged you, attacking an ally would only confirm their barbarism. You are still right for the task.
Why protect him in secret?
If you're so intent on this, why not use Chantry resources?
My order will soon realize the Qunari presence is more than a test of faith. It is an open challenge. But for now, I must act on my own. Helping this mage shows how Qunari heresy cannot be ignored. His flight is vital.
Where will he go like this?
Is freedom so helpful? A new life with that collar seems doubtful.
And yet it is more than he has. My reach is limited. His struggle is his own.
It just seems like releasing a bird, cage and all.
We do what we can to step toward what is right. That must be enough.
You never asked my name.
You're not interested in who you might be hiring.
If you were important enough to know, I would need someone else. But if you insist, what is your family name?
My name is Hawke.
Strong. Very Ferelden. The Qunari have hardly pressured the southern nations. You have not seen as many converts or those who refused. If this action, if any action, can lessen their influence, it must be done.
Is he safe? Can he fight?
Will he help? If I trust him at all.
I don't know his capabilities or if he can function at all in that collar, but I think he knows we are his only way out.
You think?
He's followed every direction and made no aggressive moves, even when taunted. Were I in his place, I could have fled. Qunari or not, I can only assume he wants to be led to freedom.
But you don't know for sure.
And if you're wrong, I have to deal with it.
That is why I went to Lowtown. You are either capable of the discretion and skill that I need, or you are not.
How did you get him anyway?
You don't just stumble on something, someone like this.
For all their blasphemous certainty, the Qunari do have deserters. Those who seek freedom are hunted mercilessly.
Tallara, they seem to accept the role.
Even their rebels conform. Savonel observed one of their bloody exchanges. This poor mage was the only survivor.
You're sure he's Tallara?
And you think this mage was being hunted?
I'm certain no thinking creature would willingly submit to this. If he was not running before, he has seized the opportunity now.
Alright, I'll get him out.
I can get him out of Kirkwall. He's a bit conspicuous for the streets, though.
I had never thought about the plight of mages among the Qunari. But it seems they are even more oppressed than we are.
That is obviously not an option. You must avoid incident with the guards. I cannot be linked to this. This mage will be a fine example of how cruel Qunari are, even to their own. But only if this plays out just so. The passage here leads to the warrens of the Undercity. It is dangerous, but that is why you are hired. Good luck.
Alright, well, I can't say this is exactly what I expected when we followed this rumor, but interesting all the same. Will this guy talk to us?
Katojan, is it? You need to be led out of the city.
The eyes of a slave. Does he want freedom or a master?
It has been difficult to get information, but look at him. Would you want this? We must have that in common.
I mean, that's pretty brutal. Humans put their mages in a circle. Qunari cut off their horns, chain them up, beat them, use them as slaves. That's pretty next level. It's nice to see the Chantry actually having some pity towards mages as well, even if there does seem to be ulterior motives to that, but we're definitely going to try to help this guy, so. Let's take the secret passage into the Undercity Warrens. Can this guy see where he's going? Are you gonna be able to follow us, dude?
Tromping the deep dark with a hole.
Oh good, spiders, my favorite. Spiders and traps, two of my most favorite things. I love how he's not even attempting to try to help us. I mean, I guess what would he even do? He's chained up, he's blinded, but still, he's not running either. He's just standing there and watching us kill hordes and hordes of spiders. I guess he's not an arachnophobe like me. Although, I guess maybe he doesn't know what we're fighting because he can't see.
That should do it. I don't like the looks of this. All set.
The mage seems indifferent. struggles, even with his freedom as the prize.
That's what I was just saying. He doesn't... I mean, he's not showing any emotion at all.
Look at this. Undercity's feared by all, but there's no shortage of fools with coin who want to test it. What is this thing? Collared like a dog lord's bitch. You some sort of canary lover? Maybe I should get rid of you and see who'll pay the most for your pet.
Oh, now we're getting a reaction.
I don't think it likes you threatening its master. Maybe we let this one pass.
Listen to the smart one.
The voice of reason. What's he doing with you?
You lot think you're so damn right. Buying everything, running free marches like me into our own sewers. You want us bound, like this thing? I'll see you dead first.
Whoa! He protected us.
By the void! Kill it! Kill them all!
I wasn't even sure if he was able to use magic with all those chains. But it sure looks like he can. Also, it looks like he likes us if he helped us. I mean, he's not doing anything now besides standing there looking epic and glowy, but he did do something. Oh god, they just appeared out of nowhere.
The danger has passed, Katojan. Calm your...
Still can't say anything?
You can't gesture or stomp your feet twice for yes or something.
For all we know, he's asking for a chamber pot.
What made you obey now?
You did what I said. Did I hit the right phrase or something?
He may not know himself.
Alright, time to move on.
I'm getting you out of here before you help again. Still clear as a bell. Great.
I can't tell if he just doesn't speak Common or English or whatever tongue we're speaking. Presumably Common, that's usually what it's called in fantasy universes. Or if they literally cut out his tongue. I don't know. Can you ask him that? Sir, do you have a tongue? Either way, I think we're almost out of here. Ooh, fancy chest in the corner. Honestly, not that fancy inside, though. Very fancy chest for a pretty standard amulet. Let's get out of here. Are we supposed to be meeting these Kunari here? They're not attacking, it's a good sign. Although they are clustering closely together.
Hold Basra-Bashidan. I am Arvarad, and I claim possession of Serabas at your heel. The members of Iskaratam were killed by Tal-Vashoth, but their disposal leads only here, to Serabas and you.
Someone left a trail? No, I'll say I didn't kill them.
Careful with your accusations. I didn't kill this mage's Karatam.
Tal-Vashoth killed them. That battle was expected. The survival of Serabas without his Arvarad was not. I do not know how you come to hold his leash, but you have no claim in the Qun. He will be returned and this crime cleansed.
And if he doesn't want to go back?
Serabas, show that your will remains bound to the Qun. He has only followed you because he wants to be led. He has allowed no other purpose.
Is Sarabas a name or a title?
The sister called him Katojan. You are Serabas?
Serabas is his role and his name, as you understand it. It is the accusation and acknowledgement of being a mage.
And you are Arvarad?
My role is to hold the leash and hunt the Grey Ones who leave the Qun. Or Baz who have not yet been enlightened.
Wow, this is, really showing how cutthroat, bloodthirsty these Kunari are with their own. seeing what they do to their mages is insane. Why do you collar them?
He is bound and abused, and you want him caged. Why?
The power that he has, that all Cerebos have, draws from chaos and demons. They can never be in control.
So you fear them?
Like so many others.
We leash Cerebos because they are dangerous and contagious. Not even your Templars fully grasp that threat.
Anders is that fearsome?
Are mages like Anders so dangerous? He's given no reason to fear him yet.
You waste your breath. He'll never tolerate my kind.
You are Cerebos? Boss Cerebos? Vashidan!
Uh-oh. Maybe I shouldn't have brought up Anders.
You spewed your words at me like a demon trying to poison my control. Like this mage, the Cune requires your death.
But we're no threat to each other.
Boss Cerebos, you will be no threat to anyone.
No, don't hurt him! Well then, that didn't work out so well, did it? The Qunari literally hate mages, even more than the Templars do. Anders spoke up, and suddenly he was like, yeah, we must murder everyone. Oh, the Qunari aren't gonna like this. I didn't want to mess up any relations or anything. He literally attacked us! And now there's more! Oh, this is nuts.
Can you stand?
Unbound.
Oh, he can speak now.
Odd. Wrong.
His mouth was sewn
But you
shut.
deserve honor.
Oh my god.
You are now Basfarad, worthy of following. I thank your intent, even if it was wrong.
Honestly, this wasn't even my intent. They attacked me.
Of our Varad. I must return as demanded. It is the wisdom of the Qune.
You're accepting death?
So after all of this, now you want to die?
I do not want to die. I want to live by the Qune.
Which means dying.
Yes. Is that hard to grasp?
What if Arvard was wrong?
Arvarad couldn't kill me. Perhaps he was wrong about your death, too.
Losing to you does not make him wrong. He spoke the Qune. I have chosen. It is bred in the bone.
Existing is not a choice.
It is the only choice. As it Taleb. It is to be.
I mean, I can't tell him, no, you're not allowed to go back. The whole part of us advocating for his freedom is advocating for him to have a choice. Do I want him to go back? Of course not, but I don't think I can say anything except do what you want.
My job ended when we exited the city. The rest is up to you.
You know of certainty and borders. You are closer to the Qunari than you admit. Your role would change little if you accepted the Qune. Take this secret thing, Basfarad. Remember this day.
That's one way to go. Did he really have to burn himself to prove his truth to the Qune?
But I do not follow the Qune.
She may not have known about this, but clearly Patrice set a trail right to us.
If this was her doing, I have a few questions for her.
I doubt it was her doing, but yeah. Jeez, poor guy. What a horrible end. Look at the skeleton. See, so this is a prime example of why I love Dragon Age and BioWare games in general, including Mass Effect, so much. They create these characters with these elaborate backstories and these worlds with such crazy lore. Like, when you look at the Qunari and the Qun, there's so much there. It's so interesting, and it's really what I love about these games. So that was a very cool quest. So we did get some new codex entries about the Qunari. One is Sarabas. The Qun teaches that all living things have a place and a purpose, and only when they are in the correct place and in control of their own self may a being attain balance. When balance is lost, suffering follows. Mastery of the self is therefore the first and greatest duty. Those born with magic are at a terrible disadvantage, for demons can always rob them of their self. Because of this, the Qunari name them Sarabas, meaning dangerous thing, and treat them with the utmost caution. Sarabas must be carefully controlled by someone else, an Arvarad, one who holds back evil, because they cannot truly control themselves. The evil is not the mage, but the loss of the mage's self, and the suffering that inevitably follows. The Qunari pity and honor the Sarabas, for striving while under constant threat from within is truly selfless, which is the highest virtue of the Qun. They honor them? Didn't look like they were honoring him with how they treated him. Wow. This is, yeah, very, very cool. There's some lore here about the Tal-Vashoth as well. Qunari are people who follow the Qun. Those born into Qunari society who reject the Qun are called Vashoth, which means Grey Ones. These Grey Ones must leave their homes, for they have no place among the Qunari. Sadly, many turn against the society that casts them out. These outcasts call themselves Tal-Vashoth, the true Grey Ones. Often they have no skills to make an honest living, so they sell themselves into service, usually becoming mercenaries. Even the most inept fighter among the Qunari race possesses prodigious size and an intimidating visage. These, she informed me, were my attackers in the countryside. The Tal-Vashoth wage a bitter war against the Qun, the Qunari, and sometimes against Order itself. They are no match for the Qunari army, so they generally strike at farms, travelers, and those who stray too far from Qunari protection. So there you go. We learned a little bit about the Qunari, and now heading back into the journal for the quest. We need to return to Patrice at her safe house at night in Lowtown to discuss the Qunari ambush. Okay, here we are back at Patrice's safe house, so let's tell her what happened with the Qunari.
Leave nothing. It must be clean, with no ties. Hawke. It was Hawke, right? From the streets. You took the Qunari from the city? Without incident?
I think the incident was rather your idea.
Mind your tongue, dwarf.
Please, do speak your mind.
Don't play games.
Don't string me along. You know that I know.
Whether you believe it or not, I wished you no harm. That might have been useful for someone.
So she
but
did
still
set us up.
regrettable. A massacre of citizens protecting a slave might have forced the Chantry to doubt appeasement, to see the Qunari for the monsters they are.
Yeah, this was all a political
Perhaps
scheme.
Finding the mage was a rushed opportunity. If such a plot existed, I see how it might be disagreeable to you.
The mage is dead. Do you even care?
Your Katojan killed himself rather than be free.
I assumed he wanted to escape, just as I would.
Not only
My
did he
pity
kill
is
himself, he
genuine,
burned
But they
himself.
are not like us.
You dodge and deny even now.
If, perhaps, why dance around this lie? I'm standing right here.
If a member of the Chantry admitted instigation, I have no doubt it would result in more appeasement. But an accusation from a low-town thug, you are hardly that important.
Okay, now
It's
you're
not
just
an
being
insult.
rude.
It's why I chose you. Rest assured, excuses, real or imagined, are not for your benefit.
We could have been allies.
I have no allegiance to Qunari. You lost a potential ally.
Perhaps, but I will not risk these kinds of relationships again. Take your pay and be gone.
Wow, she
I am new to
sucks.
this, I admit. But someone has to think of eternity. The peace will not last.
It's definitely not gonna last. Well, you keep meddling and getting people killed.
Hearing from that one again.
You think so? I'm not looking forward to it. Well, All's well that ends well, except this didn't end well at all. We got some money, but a lot of Qunari are dead, and... yeah, anyway, the good thing about all this is that was the final quest for Act 1. We have now completed every single side quest in the first act of the game. For anyone wondering, I'm not sure if I even mentioned it previously, there are 3 acts in the game. And the Deep Roads expedition basically is the end of Act 1. It'll be our final quest. And now that we've finished all our business, as Bartrand kept reminding us to go do, I guess we can now go speak to him and hopefully get this expedition on the go. Alright, we're back, and yes, Bartrand actually has a little quest arrow over his head, so that's a good sign.
So are you ready? It's a long trek. If you have any business you need to wrap up here, you'd better do it now.
Let's go.
I'm ready. Let's get started.
And let's not waste any more time. We've chosen one of the hidden entrances. The deep roads there will be nice and virginal, ready for a good deflowering. Ha!
That's gross.
Now there's an interesting image.
It'll take a week for us to get to the depth we need. There are bound to be leftover darkspawn from the Blight. Big risks, big rewards.
Let's not be reckless.
We shouldn't be taking any needless risks.
This isn't a foolish endeavor. This will work. Now, before... Wait. Who invited
Wait,
the old
Mom?
woman?
I'm sorry to interrupt, Sir Dwarf.
Mom,
But
what are you doing here?
Mother! I told you not to get involved with this. I just want to know one thing. Are you planning on taking Bethany with you?
I hadn't decided yet.
Mother, I'll be fine. I want to go. It's not fine. You can't both go. What if something will happen to you? You, I understand wanting to do this. But leave your sister here, I beg you.
It's the Templars or the Darkspawn, Mother. At least I'm allowed to fight Darkspawn.
Well, you're not going to be able to take everyone anyhow. You'll need to decide.
Alright, so as you can see, Varric is a lock in the party. We have to take Varric no matter what, and so that leaves an interesting decision for us. Now, I don't want to spoil anything, but the decision you make here regarding Bethany does have consequences. Ideally, I would have liked to have taken Bethany and Anders on the trip, but in doing so with Varric as a lock, which means we have no tank. So, strategically, that's not a great idea. I want to have either Fenris or Aveline. I'm going to choose Fenris because I like him. And so that only leaves one more slot, so I actually do think we're going to have to leave Bethany behind, which she'll probably be upset about, but at least Mother will be happy with, so. There we go. It'll be me, Anders, Varric, and Fenris.
Oh, thank the Maker. Are you sure about this, big brother? I hope you're not just trying to protect me.
No, I am trying to protect you. Mom's right.
We can't both go into the deep roads. It's too dangerous.
Fair enough. I hope you're right.
Personal drama over with? Now let's get underway.
Been a long time coming, eh, brother?
That it has. The deep roads await!
No, this can't be right. The champion and his apostate sister came to Kirkwall to spread subversion against the Chantry. But the champion just happened to have dealings with the Qunari, joined forces with a known raider, a blood mage, a rebel warden, and for what? Coin?
Maybe it's not as simple as you imagine, Seeker.
Simple? Do I need to remind you what your friend did? Do I need to tell you how many lives have been lost? How many more will be lost? You cannot sit there and tell me he is innocent.
I don't know if innocent is the right word exactly.
He must have known. Somehow the champion knew what was down there. That's why he wanted to join your expedition.
No. None of us knew. If we had, this would have all turned out very differently.
Is that so? Then tell me your version of what happened on this expedition.
Well, we entered the deep roads as planned, but we didn't get very far.
Ominous foreshadowing.
There's been a collapse. The way forward is blocked.
What? Is there some way around?
Not that I've been able to find. The side passages are too dangerous.
What the heck? He didn't cause the cave-in? Good lord. What a great boss. Barrick, your brother's a gem.
Problems, brother?
Starting deep roads. Who knows how long it'll take to clear the path?
Shall we not try to find a way around instead? Seems like the logical choice.
You think I'm an idiot, Barrick? The scouts say the side passages are too dangerous.
Good thing I'm no scout.
See? This is why you bring someone like me along.
We'll take a look. If we come running back, screaming, you'll know staying put was the right decision.
Fine, fine. Find a way around. Just do it quickly.
This is why I left the Wardens. I hate the blighted deep roads.
I hate to add to your burdens, my friends, but I fear I must. I fear my boy Sandal wandered off.
Oh, not Sandal! Oh, we definitely need to find Sandal. Although, from what I know of Sandal, he can probably actually take care of himself. We'll look for him.
We need to search the side passages. We'll bring him back if we can.
Poor Sandal. I can't believe he's done this.
Let's move quickly then.
Wandering.
Don't worry, we'll find him. Alright guys, we're in the deep roads. Let's head out, I guess. Keep an eye out for Sandal. Clear the side passages. Do what we're getting paid to do.
I would never come down here again.
Well, here you are, Anders. So I don't know why you tagged along if you're so upset about it. Anyway, you're here now, so please stop complaining and please get to killing. There's some Darkspawn. Right on cue, didn't take long. They're here, alright.
Still sense them.
Oh, right. I gotta be honest, Anders quit the Grey Wardens, but I forget that he obviously still has the abilities, so he can sense the Darkspawn, which should be helpful for us, I guess, on this expedition. And yep, there they are. Your senses are still working good, Anders. Ooh, there's a big one. A Darkspawn emissary. Not too bad. Wow, look at all the veins of lyrium glowing down here. That's pretty cool, actually. They're literally like magic trees.
Well, I'll be a Nug's uncle. Isn't that Bodan's?
Sandal! With a pile of dead Darkspawn all around him. It's like a deja vu from a scene in Dragon Age Origins. Told you Sandal could take care of himself.
Talk about dumb luck.
Good job!
I'd really like to know how you managed to kill all of them.
Boom.
And how did you do that?
Whoa!
Not enchantment.
Oh, I love Sandal. That's insane. Look at that ogre.
Come on. We still need to find a way past that collapse.
He is just frozen there. He's like an ice sculpture. Wild. Okay, so we found sandals, so that's good. One thing off our list. But we do have to continue, like Varric said. I guess we'll just step very cautiously around this ice ogre. Don't want to wake him up, you know? Ah, and up ahead, looks like we've got some Deep Roads lore. There isn't a dwarf alive who remembers the Deep Roads as they once were. They were the network of tunnels that joined the Taigs together. To be honest, it isn't even right to give them such a simple term as tunnels. They are works of art with centuries of planning demonstrated in the geometry of their walls, with the statues of the paragons that watch over travelers, with the flow of lava that keeps the Deep Roads lit and warm. The cloud gazers up on the surface talk of the Imperial Highway, built by the Magisters of old. A raised walkway that crossed thousands of miles. Perhaps that could only have been built by magic. Perhaps it is comparable to the Deep Roads, although we dwarves didn't need magic. I suppose it doesn't matter anymore. The Darkspawn rule the Deep Roads now. When Orzammar sealed off the entrances to the Deep Roads, abandoning everything that lay out there, we handed over the kingdom that was to those black bastards forever. To think that there are Genlocks crawling over Bonamar now, tearing down our statues and defiling our greatest works. Corruption covers everything we built out there. Every dwarf who goes out and comes back says that it gets worse with each passing year. The foulness spread a little further. And the cloud gazers think the Darkspawn are gone just because they aren't spilling out onto the surface? Huh. One day when Orzammar is gone for good, they'll find out differently. Those Darkspawn won't have anywhere else to go but up, and they'll do it. The surface folk will have themselves a blight that will never end. Oh, I see some more Darkspawn up ahead. Wonder if these golems are gonna come to life. I hope not. Or I hope if they do, they're on our side at the very least. Easy peasy. No golems came to life. All the Darkspawn are dead, although battle music is still playing. Oh, no! All the Darkspawn are not dead. Sorry, guys. I did not see this in giant pile of Hurlocks back here. Alright. Moving on. The Deep Roads really are beautiful. You can see it in these sections here that are not completely destroyed. As that lore was saying, I bet they were absolutely remarkable. You could go from basically one side of the world to another through the Deep Roads, each connected by a large dwarven city. Now there's only one dwarven city left, and no one travels in the Deep Roads anymore. Except these guys. Okay, there are dragons down here too. As if Darkspawn were not enough, this is a full-grown, fully angry, fire-breathing, dragonling-accompanied threat. Okay, lovely. Maybe it's a good thing we didn't bring Bethany down here. Although we know Bethany can hold her own, but good God. This place is not great. Mom would be so mad if we brought Bethany here. Okay, dragon is down. Just a couple dragonlings to finish off. That was wild. That was a big guy. Very, very cool chamber though. Look at all the dwarven statues.
Here we go. This goes right where we want it to. Let's go back and tell Bartrand. He'll be so pleased. Bartrand, we found a way around your damned cave-in.
It's about time. Let's move out!
Holy shit.
Is this what you were expecting?
I thought. An abandoned dying, something old, but... what is this?
How did you even know it was here?
Old scavenger tales.
after the third blight. A week below the surface, they said. But nobody believed them.
Looks like they were right.
Make camp here. We need to look around.
Okay, well, I guess this is what they were looking for, this place with all this lyrium? Definitely make some money mining that.
I don't get it. Nothing in this tide makes sense.
Why's that?
We're well below the deep roads. Whatever dwarves lived here, they came long before the first blight. But where are the statues of paragons? I don't recognize these markings on the wall, or anything in the rubble.
Haven't dwarves changed?
Who knows how old these ruins are? Maybe your people were different back then.
I know enough about our history to know we haven't changed much. Dwarves have been mired in tradition for many ages. These dwarves might have been unique. If so, I hope they kept their valuables close at hand.
That's all he cares about, of course. I mean, we got some kind of statue thing. No, that's just a giant rock. It does look different, you're right. Hey!
You found him! I can't believe it! You found him! Hello? I owe you a great debt. I will repay it somehow. I swear my life on it.
I'm glad to help.
No need. I'm glad Sandal was all right.
Because of you. You will not regret this. Say thank you to the nice man for saving your life, Sandal.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Sandal. He's such a sweetie. Alright, let's head deeper in and see what we can find.
Whatever's through there, it seems still intact. Think we'll find anything?
You don't seem excited.
Bartrand is far more enthralled with this place than you are.
Unlike him, I wasn't born in Orzammar. I wouldn't even be down here if there wasn't profit in it. This entire place gives me the chills. Let's hope it's worth it.
Well, let's be careful.
Whatever we find, it might not be very pleasant.
I suppose we'll need to go down there to find out.
Sure do. Off we go. Oh! What are these? Shades. Interesting. Not Darkspawn at all. Although shades... We have seen shades with Darkspawn before, so I guess this isn't an uncommon appearance by any means, but all the same. This is not spiders, right? Could literally always be worse. I can't complain about any enemy as long as it's not a spider. Oh, and now the golem has come to life. Good, good. Shout out to Anders for freezing him before he could punch us in the face. Whew! Alright. Down goes the enemies. Alright, we got a new codex entry about the primeval Tig, which is where we are now. Your Majesty, it's difficult getting a straight answer out of the scavenger. These sods get themselves so blighted they can't think straight, much less keep spit in their mouths. He says, however, that he's gone down into parts of the deep roads that are so old that our people forgot them long before the blight even happened. He spoke of great statues and temples. Temples! He spoke of things that could have only been made of magic and of impossible ruins untouched by Darkspawn. He described creatures the likes of which we've never seen. None of it's possible, of course. I've conferred with the Shaper, and he says the memories date back to the founding of the first Tig. What could have come before that? Yes, we're unable to explore these depths the Scavenger spoke of because of the Darkspawn, but surely the memories would speak of such places if they existed. Yet, in this Scavenger's belongings, amidst all the filth, there was a single idol. It was clearly of dwarven make, but not resembling any paragon on record. The idol was dressed in a manner I've never seen. The Shaper of Memories also could not identify it or the substance from which it was made. The thought that the memories might be wrong is unsettling. That's an excerpt from a report sealed in the Orzammar Royal Archives. So we are really in a very interesting place here. You can see statues on the wall, again, are not paragons. Very different from what we normally see. We might really find some long-lost treasure lost to history here, guys. So before we get into deep in the deep roads, get it? Deep in the deep roads? We'll call it a day here for our boy band, and the next time we pick up One Direction can head deeper into the deep roads. Thanks everyone so much for watching today's episode of Dragon Age 2, and I will see you guys again real soon.